I want it all, and I want it now. That's my attitude towards learning. I want to know everything and I want to know it now. Now, of course, that's not possible because learning takes time. And as an old lady, that's something I've been doing all of my life is learning. What do you want to learn? What do you want to know about? How passionate are you about the things that are important to you, the things that you're passionate about? Are you studying them, learning about them, educating yourself, training yourself on getting better at them? And that's one of those things when it comes to success in life. Is there a strategy for being successful at everything? And of course the answer to that is yes, because you can study the people that are successful, that do have great lives, and they all have something in common. And I share this pretty regularly. I call it the sweet spot, which is do what you're really passionate about, number one. Number two, keep getting better at it. Keep getting fitter and stronger and wiser and better and more educated, and train yourself so that whatever it is that you're passionate about. And by the way, that's not hard, because when you're passionate about it, you want to keep getting better at it. So it's a normal, natural progression. Then if what you're doing is adding value to other people's lives, then you'll feel good about what you're doing, of course, because you're adding value to your world. But also, could that be a reason why you become financially successful? Because if you're adding massive value to other people's lives, then of course one of the ways that the world repays us for that is financially, with dollar rewards, with making money. So if you are wanting to be a happy, healthy, successful person with a career or business that you love, to be financially free and to have great relationships, which is what Romax is all about, could that be about learning? But here's one of the challenges with learning. And again, because I learn every day, I study every day, I train every day, I'm educating myself every day, a lot of people share the same thing with me. Rowie, I go to conferences and I go to workshops and I read books and I listen to podcasts and I'm constantly learning. But does there come a point where the learning has to be applied to the doing? So it's nice to know stuff. So it's really cool to know your anatomy and physiology and how to be healthy, fit and strong. But if you don't apply that to your own body and you're weak and frail and unfit and out of shape, what's the point of the learning? I'm outside today because it's really cold, and one of the reasons I come outside when it's really cold is it stimulates my brain. If I'm going to go and learn something, I want to get puffed and I want to stimulate my brain before I start, which is why I'm outside right now. It's freezing cold. It's 0 degrees today. Obviously there's no sun out today. The wind is cold, like the wind chill factor is freezing, and it's really good for your brain because if you're in a warm room and you're comfortable, and worse if you're sitting in a warm room and comfortable, your metabolic rate's at its lowest, your brain doesn't have to work very hard, you're really comfortable. When your body becomes uncomfortable is when you start pumping epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol, which is those fight and flight neurotransmitters, and that puts your body into a state of awareness, and that's of course when you can learn better. But what's the point, as I'll ask the question again, what's the point of learning if you don't apply it? So you can learn about anatomy and physiology, but if you're unfit, frail, weak, and don't have any energy, then you know it, but you don't do it. You can learn about a career, a business. You can learn how to do great marketing, great sales, be an awesome boss, be a great leader. There's every avenue to learn about that stuff. Particularly something like leadership, where if you wanted to become a CEO or a boss or a coach, where you wanted to be a leader of people and earn lots of money, and that's obviously where the money is in the corporate world, is in the leadership roles. But what's the point of knowing about that stuff if you don't apply it? And I share that with a fair amount of passion, because I used to do a lot of learning about leadership and business from books and seminars and podcasts. And what I found out was that a lot of those books and seminars and podcasts were produced by people who'd never run a business, so that when you apply it to a business, it doesn't work. But how would you know that if you don't go and do it? So you can go, oh, I've got all this information and all this knowledge. It's a bit like I get a little bit grumpy with people who teach business at an education college. Now, I have an international fitness business college, but our entire program is based on stuff that we've done, stupid mistakes that we've made, so you can learn from our mistakes, and all the successes that we've had. And we've had a massive amount of success. But the reason we've been successful is because we have made so many mistakes. And unfortunately, please learn from my mistakes, those mistakes often came from people who said, you should do this, and I know how to do this. And they sit in what I call a box of learning with no understanding. What's the use of being a university professor who teaches business if you've never run a business? What's the point of going to do a course about how to have a successful business run by people that have never run a business? And that's probably a great question to ask. Any education program that you go into, ask the people who are teaching you, have you done this? Are you successful at this? And please prove it, because what's the point of listening to somebody, learning from somebody that's never done it before? They're usually the people that tell you that you can't do it. A lot of school teachers will say to kids, you can't have your own business here, you'll never, too many businesses fail, you can't be successful in business, but they've never run a business, so how the bloody hell would they know? So yes, learn how to run a business and learn how to do sales and learn how to do marketing, but could the best way to learn be to apply that to real life? So Romax, the International Max Colleges, everything that I do every day is about how to be healthy, fit and strong, how to have a career or business that you love, how to be financially free and how to have great people in your life. But to learn about that without applying it to your life, what's the point? What's the point of knowing how to be healthy if you're not? What's the point of learning about business if you don't have one that you love? What's the point of learning about wealth creation if you don't apply it to your life and become financially free? And out of the four of them, that's actually the easiest one, because becoming financially free, there's a stack of information about it. It works, obviously, because there's a stack of wealthy people in the world, but it'll never work for you if you don't apply it to your own life. So I learned a very long time ago, if you want to be wealthy, study wealth. So I studied wealth creation, studied becoming financially free, but never going to be unless I applied it to my life, to my finances, to my budgeting. Pretty cool. Learning is great, but not if you don't apply it. That's just a really interesting take note. And then, of course, relationships. We've got no control over other people and what they do. We can't control what people think. We can't control the way people treat us. But if we learn about communication and building great relationships with people, and then we apply it to a relationship, isn't that where the learning becomes really exciting? Now, the person might not respond how we want them to or react how we want them to, but that's awesome because it's a learning process. But how can I learn if I don't apply? So whatever it is that you're learning about or whatever it is that you're passionate about, yes, learn about it. But could it be a really good idea to apply it to your life? So you can sing every day, and you don't have to sing like I do, because I just love singing because it makes me feel good. But I sing every day because I would like to learn how to sing, and I'll rephrase that. I am learning every day to do lots of things, and I apply my learning to singing because singing helps me remember the things that I'm learning. That's what I'm sharing with you. So I would like you to sing every day if you want to, like I do. I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now, na 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 na, because I'm learning every day about how to feel good. Woohoo!